Ladies and gentlemen of America, you have a decision to make this November. You may not be a fan of the options, but you must make a decision nonetheless. Having grown up in Europe and moved to this country quite recently, I would like to offer my perspective as an outsider and hopefully make the decision much clearer for you. On one side, you have someone who has had every opportunity to prove herself to America and has let you down at every turn, Hillary Clinton. On the other side, you have Donald Trump, someone you may find brash, insensitive, and offensive. Furthermore, Mr. Trump does not have a perfect business record, but the truth is, no entrepreneur in history does. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, George Washington Carver, Walt Disney, Madam C.J. Walker, just to name a few. These entrepreneurs all faced obstacles and disappointments, but they triumphed, and today are seen as perfect examples of people who made their American dream a reality. And that's what I would like to talk to you about today, the dream of the United States of America, the greatest country on earth. America is an idea in which all men are created equal, an idea in which citizens have the opportunity to work hard and live a fulfilling life, an idea which allows us to enjoy the constant pursuit of happiness, no matter our social status at birth. Has America made mistakes in the past? Yes, many. But America has also done so much right in the world, all in less than 250 years, something that Hillary Clinton is not interested in speaking of. The problem with Hillary and so many other leftist intellectuals in this country is that they are hypocrites, the same brand of hypocrites that strangled Europe's competitive nature over the years. Why are they hypocrites, you ask? Well, here are just three of the main reasons. Number one, the biggest hypocrisy of them all. These liberals say that they stand up for women and gay and lesbian members of society, yet the liberal media tears apart anyone who complains about the religion of Islam, screaming that critics of it are racists and bigots. How insane have we become? Islam is a religion, not a race, not a nationality, and not a genetic trait. Islam, like all other religions, is a philosophy, and if any of these pretentious intellectuals had ever actually read the Quran, they would know that within it, followers of Muhammad are ordered to kill Jews, treat women like possessions, and exterminate homosexuals. Do you know which other philosophy instructs followers to murder gays and exterminate Jews? Nazism. The Nazis did. And I think we can all agree that Nazism does not deserve our respect. Well, then shouldn't we criticize a philosophy which literally instructs its followers to do the same? Does this mean that all Muslims are evil? Not at all. Because not all Muslims follow every teaching of the Quran. Just like many Christians don't follow every single word in the Bible, and many Jews don't follow every word in the Torah. But likewise, not all Germans in the 1940s were evil, even if they voted for Hitler. Does that mean the philosophy of Nazism should be respected? Absolutely not. And in much the same way, Islam should be criticized, and many teachings of the Quran and the Hadith should be shunned, especially when the teachings literally go against the freedoms that women in the GLBT community have fought so long to obtain in the West. Unsurprisingly, the vast majority of terrorist acts occurring in the world today are carried out in the name of Islam. This is hardly surprising when you learn that Muhammad, founder of Islam, spread the word of his new religion by means of the sword. Turns out, contrary to what Hillary and her friends in the media say, ISIS is following the rules of the Islamic playbook perfectly. After decades of complacency and self-criticism combined with the constant praising of Islam, Europe has engaged in complacency and self-criticism combined with the constant praising of Islam, Europe has engaged in a total acceptance of this flawed religion. This has resulted in the ongoing Islamic invasion from across the Mediterranean by means of mass, unchecked immigration. Number two, they say they stand up for the rights of minorities, yet Democrats have proven themselves to be racist time and time again. They believe that standards for black students in America should be lower, and argue that requiring voter identification is racist towards black voters, assuming black voters can't obtain ID. How offensive can you get? This is exactly what racism is, judging people based on the color of their skin. As they have proven time and time again, black people in America can be just as successful as anyone else, and they don't need Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party to give them free stuff and lower academic standards to be successful. Freebies from the Democrats have only kept black families dependent on welfare and away from success over the years. Folks, the Democrats have always attempted to make black Americans feel like victims in order to take their votes, blaming any incident or injustice on racism. Please don't listen to their promises, because their gifts will not bring you success or happiness. Only hard work and a loving family can. Number 3. They say they stand for freedom of speech, yet attempt to silence anyone who does not agree with their views, whether it be on social media or on college campuses. They scream that they represent the interests of the working people. But when the working people vote for Donald Trump, they call the working classes uneducated and ignorant. Weren't the political views of everyone supposed to be respected? Are we all just deplorables? Europe, the land which spearheaded democracy, the Industrial Revolution, women's rights, and modern medicine, has tragically become a shell of its former self, unable to be dynamic in these modern times. Why? Because Europe has become dependent on large and inefficient governments to take care of its citizens' every need, run by hypocritical narcissists. The result? Reduced innovation and a spineless population. Having witnessed this European meltdown firsthand, I would like to inform the people of the United States that this is not the way to go. America, the problem is this: you have become spoiled. I invite you all to travel the world and open your eyes to the brutal realities the rest of the world faces. Once you do, you'll realize that your life is absolutely perfect here in the good old US of A. I have seen those realities, and I know for a fact that this election season, one of the candidates running for president does not want to admit that these harsh realities exist. She is running a campaign based on self-criticism towards this amazing country instead of cherishing it. She plans on traveling the globe, apologizing for America's alleged involvement in all that is wrong, instead of criticizing countries and religions which have no respect for freedom or human rights. This is what Hillary wants for America, to become just another Europe, an overly bureaucratic federal government which preaches to citizens about the oppressive Western world, or screaming that all cultures must be tolerated, accusing anyone who disagrees of being an Islamophobe. Remind me again, please. Isn't Islam the religion which teaches its followers to murder homosexuals and stone women? Are we supposed to defend that, Hillary? People of America, you have a whole lot to be proud of. This country is a shining beacon, leading the world in free choice, free thought, and free speech. As much as you may think that the Donald is unpresidential and offensive, please remember, the President of the United States of America should not be judged by his likability alone. In fact, likability should be the last trait you consider when selecting a president. In the world we live in, likability is of little value, especially when dealing with the likes of ISIS, Islamic extremism, and the increasing competition from Asian manufacturing powers. We have witnessed Hillary Clinton's failures in government for many years. Time for something new. God bless America.